A rather foggy Gresty Road it is now.
Wow.
Let's put it this way, we're quite glad that this game didn't go to extra time. Let's say that. And it didn't go to extra time, Gary. It was an absolutely fantastic performance by your team.
No, that's right. I'm pleased you said it because it was the game plan obviously worked. We had numerous opportunities. And we've got to remember they're a decent team. They're, what, 6th in the league. I know we demoralised them a little bit today, but it was the way we played, and we didn't let them have any time or space. And then we showed a little bit of mental toughness, for the want of a better word, on the ball, and we kept it, and we created, well, we just worked it out. Tim's just told us 27 opportunities.
Right from the off, you know, on the front foot, was that, obviously that's what you wanted, and the intensity right from the get-go was fantastic.
Well, you must have been late. You wasn't here for the pre-match talk. And the pre-match talk, the questions you asked me, we did say that we got to get in their faces. We got to make sure that we're strong. We've got to make sure that they don't play their game. And we were on the front foot, and I thought we was. And I thought we showed some great ability. Great that the lads who scored, you know, Dan Ullman, great for him to get. Billy got another one. Bart's, you know what I mean? And who got the other one?
Harry Pell.
And Harry Pell, who deserved it. So I thought him, along with all the others, were magnificent today.
Bartram especially, I mean, delighted for him, you know, first goal for the club, and it was a great run by Rob Dickey to set it up all the way from the back.
I thought Rob Dickey made some fantastic runs, didn't he? You know, and he went right through the heart of their defence several times. So, you know, we know that he's got that in his repertoire, and we just looked solid all the way through. Of course, I can moan about the goal, but you know, it was, they sort of came out and they give it a bit of a go for 10 minutes. And then we just dictated the game. And, you know, it's a shame that for their manager, he's a good manager, Steve, and that they're 6th in the league. Do you know what I mean? With all due respect, neither us nor them are going to win the FA Cup, and they're in a position that we'd love to be in. So I can't see why there's discontent here. It's a great stadium, and they need to get behind them because they're in a great position.
Where does that rank performance-wise since you've been at the club? That must be one of the best.
It is one of the best because it's against a team that can play and that want to play, and we made sure that we could tackle today and run and get numbers in support. We had a good shape, and we kept that shape for most of the game. You know, we didn't panic and sort of suddenly throw loads of people behind the ball. We kept our 3 strikers, and I thought their combinations were fantastic. And you know, Wrighty took a bit of stick from me the last game, but today he was unplayable, and that's what we need from him.
Now you go to Sutton in the next round, another challenge, 4G pitch and all of that that brings with it.
Yeah, well, what a game for both teams, because there's a tremendous prize awaiting somebody if you can get through to that 3rd round, and you know, they'll be looking forward to that as well. I think we got one of the highlights or something on the TV, which gives us a couple of grand, which is always nice, because you know, clubs like ours, we need to keep putting money in the pot for January and end of the season type stuff. So no, I'm sort of really pleased that we've got through this round, and we're in the 2nd round, and looking forward to it. And listen, we trained on 3-4G a lot last year, and this because, you know, our training ground was not very good, to say the least. So we had to train on it. So most of our boys will be very used to 3 and 4G, whatever it is, 3 or 4.
Finally, a word about Dan Holman. You got 70 minutes out of him, and to get a goal. I mean,
yeah,
it must have just been the perfect scenario, really.
Well, there you go. You know, if you write a book, then that'll be you know, one of your chapters, wouldn't it? You know, Dan Ullman coming back and scoring a goal. How he scores goals. It was a fantastic run. He's come inside. I keep thinking he's still got a little limp, but he says he hasn't. And certainly he showed that he could move today, and he was moving really well. And him, Wrighty and Billy was a constant threat today.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Gary.
No problem.
You've spoken after the Hartlepool game. You wanted your team to look like they were going to score 4 or 5 goals.
Didn't I?
Yeah, and there you go.
You was here, you'd have known that.
Yeah, straight away delivered.
Straight away delivered, and that's what we got to do. You know, if you're going to be one of the top teams in this league, or give yourself an opportunity to get promoted, you've got to look like you can score 3, 4, 5 goals. And blimey, we've done that today, didn't we? And so the boys have shown me that they have. Now they've set a standard now. Can they keep that going?
Almost a tactical move with where Billy was playing straight on Hollands to sort of occupy him. So it was a defensive role while being in an attacking role almost.
Yeah, well, as I said to you, we couldn't drop Billy. And I just felt that he was difficult to pick up when we had it. But he done very well in picking up their playmaker, really, in Hollands, who can pick people out. And they got Cooper one side, Udo, and Kiwamya didn't get a kick because he couldn't get the ball. They couldn't put that ball in over the top to him. So that's credit to the tactics, but credit for the boys, for seeing out the tactic, and it worked really well, because every time we won it, we had a chance.
Yeah. And does the third goal sum that up? Even though you're 3-0 up, you had 3 men on the halfway line.
Unbelievable. Yeah, no, it does sum it up, and we got to play with that confidence. We got to play with that belief that we can play this type of game. And now they've proved it, because sometimes you've got to prove it to yourself before you can believe in it. And it's about time to start believing, because we need to get up that league a bit.
Tough test coming Saturday with Portsmouth. Going to have
massive
away following. It's going to be one of the top teams in the division. You can't really ask for a better way to set that game up.
No, that's right, and the boys will be looking forward to that. We still got a small squad, really, and we've got to be careful. So I've got to manage them and look after them, because we had the 10 men against Crewe. Then we worked our socks off against Bolton. And then we had to have the long trip to Hartlepool. I mean, because we've won 4-1, I can use it as an excuse now. And I think the boys up at Hartlepool, that was a game too far. And I can say that now. And we've managed them. We've given them a couple of days, and we've had a chat with them, and they've produced. So, as we say, we're very, very proud of them, because they've represented our club very well today. As did our supporters, by the way, because they must have enjoyed it.
You've got 2 home games coming up now as well, with the Colchester game straight away. So you're going to have to maybe manage things in terms of how much training.
Are we at home at Colchester? Yeah, okay.
In terms of how much training you do, and maybe the classroom work seemed to work today. So
well it does. Teacher Mr. Johnson, and they'll come in, morning Mr. Johnson. Pelly gives me an apple, and I put him in the team. We have to do a bit of both. You have to do a little bit on, because as I say, you can show footballers things on a blackboard or on a whiteboard, whatever board you got, and but they have to feel it, see it out on the pitch. So you must never forget that it's the work you do on the training ground more so than actually in the classroom. But the classroom did help on this occasion.
Happy bus drive home.
Yeah, I think so. I think they were buzzing, because coming home from Hartlepool, you could have heard a pin drop.
Cheers, Gary.
No problem.